So my sister got dengue and she was also hospitalized. It was a little bit of tough week for me. I also had work deadlines, so I didn't want to take leave. So I would spend the night in the hospital with my sister, and at around 6, I would come back home. I would nap for 2 hours, shower, and then I would check on my niece's online classes and everything. And then I would cook something for my sister to eat or drink, and then I would go back at around 11. So from there onwards, I would work from the hospital while also looking into the needs of my sister, while keeping everything in check until next day morning. And then it just occurred to me, this is everyday life of a mother working from home, isn't it? I mean, they do have to juggle between all of these different roles. They have to wake up early in the morning, cook, feed their kids, feed their husbands, look into their children's online schools, do work, and then answer calls, feed again. So many different roles that they have to play. And then, unfortunately, I have heard time and time again where people go like, working from home, nang ඉතින් අවලන්නේ නෑනේ. අපි ඉතින් වැඩට යනවනේ, working from home, you can manage, no? What do you mean? Do you think when we are working from home we work less? How does that work? I mean, if you think that you need to go to office and kept under observation to get your, I don't know, things done, you lack serious discipline, nothing else. So all of you men and everyone, you should really give your female at home a break, especially if they're working from home. Seriously. So, anyways, the new WFH stood for me instead of working from home for working from the hospital, but it wasn't so bad. I'm just glad that she's okay now, which is also why I could talk crap about this. But yeah, so because I'm a bit of a clean freak, I had to make sure that everything there was like super clean, especially, because it's a freaking hospital. So the moment I got there, I would start wiping things, I would start cleaning, sanitizing everything, I would start tidying things up. And my sister, who is now on the bed, would be like, ආපු වෙලාවෙ ඉඳන් වයින් කළා වගේ පිහදානවා පොඩ්ඩක් ඉඳ ගන්නවකෝ. But I would make sure that everything was like properly clean before I could settle down. And even if I made like the tiniest noise, my sister would be like, buddy, වැටුනද මොනවා හරි වැදුනද? I'm like, ඔයාද ලෙඩ මමද ලෙඩ? And because I was a tea person, I was big time missing on my tea, right? So my sister, who was feeling really bad for me, was like, "තේක හදාගන්න බඩු තියෙනවනේ ඔක්කොම like have everything, no?" But I didn't want to make my own tea. I mean, that's like the saddest thing ever, right? To have to make your own tea. So my sister was like, "මං හදලා දෙන්නද?" I mean, imagine just when my brother-in-law walks in, my sister, who is now having this saline and everything, making tea for me, the guardian. How cool would that be? But no, as much as tempting it was, I had to like politely refuse. See, I can be selfless at times. I mean, I'm not all that bad, right? Now, also because I really sucked at my directions, everyone was like super worried that I would get lost in the hospital. So, my brother in law took me around. He showed me all the points of entrance. He showed me the exact route that I would be following. It was super clear, but everyone was worried because they had their reasons, because it was me. So, the first day that I had to come alone before leaving the hospital, my sister was like, "Here, call me if you get lost, huh?" I was like, "Why are you gonna come looking for me with your saline and everything? Who is the patient here? I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine." But it takes a completely different level of courage and confidence to have absolutely no idea of where you're going, but to have that look on your face as if you have figured it all out. And when you have that look on your face, nobody's really bothered. No one's going to question you. And I was fine. I figured it out on my own. And when I went back to the room, my sister and I were super proud of myself. And remember when you were little and when you go to the doctor, for every question the doctor asked, you would just look at your mom instead of answering. So I was literally playing mom here because every time a doctor or a nurse walks in, regardless how terrible my sister was feeling a minute ago, she would just bloom like a flower and act as if nothing was wrong. So I remember the first day, the nurse was like, "When did the fever start?" She would be like, Thursday night. And the nurse would be like, "Do you feel nauseous?" My sister would be like, "No, no, really, I'm fine." Actually, she is feeling nauseous. She also like threw up 2 times. The nurse would be like, "Do you have any other pains? Anything else at all?" "No, really, I'm fine." Actually, by fine she means like she has like a really bad pounding headache. Yeah, a little bit like a very, very, very mild headache, but she was literally dying of it just a second ago. And the nurse would be like, "Oh, okay, how much do you weigh?" My sister would be like, "Dude, I don't know how much you weigh," right? And same thing with my mom. My mom's doctor, though, she is a wonderful doctor. She's amazing at what she does. She's also like very kind-hearted and all of that. But she is terrible at managing her time, man. I mean, this has mostly happened to us at Hemas hospitals, though. So I don't know if they have sort of put the time slot earlier so that they can get more patients. I don't know how this works. But every time we book her at Hemas hospital, the doctor gets at least 1 hour late. At least 1 hour. So this kept happening for quite some time. And one time we thought, no, we're also going to get late. And that one time, that particular one single time, the doctor decided to come early. And she left before we got there because there were no more paid patients. And my mom scolded us for like weeks and weeks and weeks. So since then, we anyways go early because we can't take the risk. So this time for my mom's usual checkups, the session was to start at 6:30. We got there at around 6 because my mom thought the session will start at 6. So we were waiting there from 6 p.m. and the doctor came around I don't know 8:15, and we left the hospital at around 8:30. But it's all cool. I mean, we are no doctors. Our time is, it can be spared because we have no lives to be saved. So it's okay to be wasted just waiting, just sitting there, doing absolutely nothing. I get the logic of the hospital. I mean, I get it. I mean, I do. I do. Like, really. So the moment we entered the doctor's room, like I said, she's a very kind, very soft-spoken, really nice lady. So she was like, "මට බැන බැන හිටියානේ පරක්කු වුණා කියලා." And I was like, so my mom, being my sister's mom, she also really, blooms like a flower when they see the doctor. So I had to like sit there and keep reminding her of all the pains and the complaints that she has been making for the past month. Because the only thing she says is, "No, දැන් හොඳයි. දැන් හොඳයි." That's the only thing she says. So I have to say, "අතන රිදෙනවා කිව්වනේ." ඒ පොඩ්ඩක්. අර අතනත් රිදෙනවා කිව්වනේ. So it's kind of I don't know how this works. Because literally, as a patient, that's like the only thing they have to do. They have to be aware of where it hurts and tell it to the doctor. I mean, most of my doctor friends, they scold me saying, "You act as if you're half MBBS, okay? Pandita, yeah?" I'm like, dude, I have to be. Because people in my family comes to me with all their illnesses instead of going to the doctor. You understand where I'm coming from? So, like I said, we left the hospital at around 8:15, and my mom, who is now really happy, really feeling pampered and all of that, bloomed like a flower, like I said, goes like, "වෙනදට නම් ඔහොම නෑ. අද තමයි චුට්ටක් පරක්කු වුණේ." I'm like, Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay safe, stay inside, and in the meantime, keep watching Tani's Original.